Chapter 27. Liam's POV. 74. 55 vouchers. Angela's question sliced through the air so cleanly, so quietly, that for a second I thought I'd imagined it. "Why didn't you ever just tell me?" she asked, voice steady but eyes trembling. "If you care about me so much, why all the games? The teasing? The distance? Why make me think you barely tolerated me? Why did you make me feel like I was just your nemesis?" My stomach dropped. This was the question I had prayed she'd never ask. I'd thought I'd tell her the truth willingly. I'd prayed it didn't come to this at all. Because the truth wasn't simple. It wasn't clean. It wasn't kind. The truth was ugly and pathetic and embarrassingly human. I drew in a breath, my hands curling around the mug just to have something to hold on to. "Because," I started, then stopped, the word snagging on shame buried so deep I hadn't realized it still hurt. "Because liking you, caring about you, felt like standing on the edge of a cliff I had no business looking over." Angela's brows knitted in confusion. I swallowed. "I noticed you the first time you walked into the school courtyard. You probably didn't even see me, but I saw you. And I kept seeing you. Everywhere. Not because you were loud or flashy, God knows you weren't, and I love that about you, but the reason was because you listened. You looked at people like they mattered. Like what they were saying was the most important thing in the world." I huffed a soft, humorless laugh. "That sounds small, but it wasn't. Not to me." Angela didn't interrupt. She never did. That was one of the first things that drew me in. "I liked you," I admitted. "Too much, too fast, and Ethan figured it out before I even did." Her eyes widened slightly. She wasn't expecting that part. "As soon as he realized I liked you, he made sure I knew you liked him. He'd talk about you the way someone talks about a fan. Someone harmless. Someone convenient." My jaw clenched. "He'd come to practice and brag about how loyal you were, how you'd do anything for him. How he didn't have to put in effort because you always came back." I shook my head. "He didn't love you, he liked the attention, the power." Angela's lips parted in a silent, stunned breath. "I hated the way he treated you. I hated how he'd take, and you'd give, and he never saw it. And I hated that you loved him." Her breath caught. Mine did too. "So I stayed away," I confessed, voice cracking, "because I knew if I didn't, I'd ruin things. I'd interfere. I'd want something I didn't deserve." A short laugh escaped me, bitter and thin. Chapter 27. And then senior year happened. The bet. The word felt like poison. I continued anyway. 74. 55 vouchers. I didn't make the bet, Angela. My friends did. You know them. Idiots with football scholarships and empty skulls. They thought it was funny. They wanted to see if I could get the nerdy girl who was obsessed with Ethan to blush on command. Her entire body went rigid. I shut the bet down. Immediately, I met her eyes. "But I didn't tell you." Because admitting there was a bet meant admitting I'd been part of their world, those assholes who treated girls like trophies. I exhaled shakily. "I inserted myself afterward because I didn't trust them around you at all. I became the buffer, and I told myself it was to protect you." I dragged a hand through my hair. "But the truth, I wanted any possible excuse to talk to you." Her throat bobbed. "And yeah, the first few interactions were strategic," I said quietly. "I wanted to make sure they stayed away. But it stopped being about them so fast I barely noticed the shift. I liked hearing you talk. I liked seeing you roll your eyes at me. I liked the way you laughed when you thought no one else was listening." The corner of my mouth twitched. "You made everything feel less heavy." Silence stretched between us, thick, trembling. "And the photos?" she asked softly, surprising me. She wasn't angry. Just curious. Wary. God, this part was humiliating. I ran a thumb over the rim of the cup. "They started because I missed you." Her eyes widened. "I'd save group photos, or screenshots from Instagram stories. Not stalker photos, just moments where you looked happy." My voice lowered. "Moments I wasn't part of." A deep breath. I know it was weird. I know it crossed a line. But I never did anything with them. I never even planned to. I just Liked seeing you smile on days when everything else felt shitty. She didn't interrupt. Didn't recoil. That alone nearly undid me. As for Ethan, I continued, voice hardening, I went to his apartment to punch him. Angela gasped. I'd heard from Josh that Maya moved in, that you were pushed out, that you cried the whole night, and something in me snapped. I lost it, my hands clenched into fists. I confronted him. Told him he was trash. Told him he didn't deserve you. Her breath hitched. He said your feelings made him uncomfortable, that he never corrected you because he liked the attention. Angela's eyes glistened, her fingers tightening around her cup. 12:08 Monday, January 26 GR. Chapter 27. 55 vouchers. And when he said he wasn't sure where you'd stay, I don't know what came over me. I didn't even think. I just said I'd take you. That I'd handle it. My voice dropped to a whisper. I wasn't trying to take advantage of your pain, I said. But I can't deny I wanted you close. Even if you weren't mine. Even if you were heartbroken. Even if it made me selfish. The room was painfully quiet. Then Angela asked the question I never wanted to face. If you cared about me so much, why didn't you ever just tell me? Why the games? Why make me think you barely tolerated me? I looked at her then. Really looked at her. And the truth spilled out, raw and shaking. Because every time I looked at you, I saw everything I wanted and knew I could never have. Her breath trembled. And because, I whispered, if I let myself be gentle with you back then, I wouldn't have been able to stop. Silence. Heavy. Electric. Shattering. Angela swallowed. Hard. Liam, she breathed. But I wasn't finished. My voice cracked. And I was terrified of losing you before I ever had the chance to keep you. Angela's eyes glistened with something that made my heart stutter. Oh. A.D. Archer.